Hey folks, and welcome back to another video. Today, Massive Entertainment, the Ubisoft studio that created The Division 1 and The Division 2, made a pretty big announcement, which a lot of people, including myself, are pretty excited about, but at the same time are a little bit worried about what this could possibly mean for the future of The Division 2 and the speculated Division 3. So in this video, I want to go over the new announcement from Massive Entertainment and share a few of my own thoughts, speculations and hopes. Let's jump into it. So over the last few months, there have been a few job postings on the Massive website for an unannounced project for a range of jobs, all of which point towards an open world RPG-ish game, and with us about to enter the third year of the Division 2's life, speculation was high that all of these job listings could all point to a Division 3 announcement maybe sometime in March, following the same pattern as the announcement for the second game. But today we found out that this unannounced project being worked on by Massive and Ubisoft is actually a brand new story-driven open-world Star Wars adventure game, being developed in Sweden Malmö, the same studio that heads the Division franchise. The game will also be using Massive Entertainment's Snowdrop engine, the same game engine that the Division 2 currently runs on. To me, this is pretty exciting news. Like a lot of people, I love the worlds and lore of Star Wars. And I've always thought that, with a few exceptions like SOTOR or the KOTOR games, it's always been a bit of a missed opportunity when it comes to games, especially with RPGs and open world adventure games. I think an open world Star Wars game would really lend itself to exploration, with it already having such a fleshed out lore and backstory. And on top of that, I've always been a fan of the way Ubisoft does open world games. I know some can be a little bit repetitive with the gameplay, with a few repetitive tasks just to fill the space. But one thing I think they really do well is the world itself. From Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed to the Division 1 and 2, if there's one aspect they all share, it's incredibly stunning, good-looking open world maps. Currently, all we know about this newly announced Star Wars game is that it will be open world and very story-driven. I'm hoping we get a little bit more information soon, and I'm curious to see what kind of era of Star Wars it's going to be set in. But of course, what does this mean for the Division? With this unannounced project no longer being a Division 3, does that mean it's completely off the table? I honestly don't think so. As we all remember, when the Division 2 was announced, the team had said the Division 2 had been in development for quite a while, and I believe they even said in an early state of the game, the Division 2's development started not long after the first game was released. So it's very much still a possibility, but I do think this makes it more likely that we'll be seeing a Year 3 for the Division 2, with a much later announcement for a Division 3 if we do actually get one. Massive Entertainment are going to have their hands full with the maintenance of the Division 2, the Avatar project they currently have in development, and now we know there's also a Star Wars game they're working on too. This may seem like they have less resources to use on the Division franchise, but last year, Massive actually moved to a huge new office space, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, they've also increased hiring. Especially for this new project, which I hope means instead of having to move people off projects onto different ones, they've simply increased their overall team size. Call me an optimist, but I think this by no means marks the end of the Division franchise, as I've already seen a few people mention on various social medias. And I'm still a little bit curious about the tweets and imagery used by Redstorm, another Ubisoft studio that worked throughout the Division 1's life, and the beginning of the Division 2 on the PvP in the games. It would be interesting to see what a Division franchise would look like handed off to Redstorm, to see what they'd do with it. Maybe we'd see more of an emphasis on the Dark Zone in PvP, with possibly more of an Escape from Tarkov spin on it. But to be honest, like I said, I can't see this having too much of an effect on the future of the Division, and I'm still hoping to see a third game and possibly hear something about a Year 3 for the Division 2 in the not so distant future, but we'll all just have to wait and see with that one. And that is everything for this video. If there is any more information on the future of the Division franchise, whether it's good news or bad, I'll be sure to gather everything possible I can for a future video. So what do you think of Massive getting the chance to work with the Star Wars title? And do you think this will have any kind of impact on the future of the Division 2? Let me know in the comments below, I'm curious to know what's on players' minds. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Division related content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.